So I've been teaching AP Calculus AB and AP Calculus BC for the last 5 years.
I teach AP Environmental Science, AP Physics, and Chemistry.
I teach AP Economics, Macroeconomics, and AP Statistics.
I teach AP World History and AP US History.
This year I'm in AP Environmental Science, APES, and AP Physics with Ms. Hochtel. I'm in AP Literature with Ms. J, and AP Stats with Ms. Nick. Last year I took Calculus BC with Mr. Jager. I took AP Chemistry with Ms. O'Neill. I took AP Lang with Ms. J as well, and then I took AP US with Ms. Desmond.
I'm currently in AP Physics and AP Statistics. I have taken a lot of AP tests over the years, both calculuses. I've taken AP Lang, AP US History, AP World, AP Computer Science.
Well, I'm in AP Physics, AP Calculus C, and AP Stats.
Currently in AP Lit, AP Stats, AP Environmental Science, and AP Physics. And I've taken AP World History, AP US History, AP Calc AB, AP Spanish, AP Chemistry, and AP Lang.
I just watch videos, like I just search review videos on YouTube and I'll watch those.
For the math AP test, I just looked through my notes a little bit. That was about it. I mean, you can't really do a whole lot to prepare for some of the English ones or the history ones. Those are really, you just have to do some MCQs and long answer questions for that. It's really all you can do.
I think just a lot of the in-class studying was like really helpful for me when I was studying for these tests. It was just different for every test that I took, but just like, I guess studying like the weeks before, not really like days before the test.
If I were students, I would look over past notes, make notes of my notes, and then study those notes. Mainly, the night before the test, I would have one sheet that had everything. All the main concepts I still didn't understand.
Students should use the AP Classroom resources and do lots of practice test questions. There's nothing better you can do to prepare than to practice, and we've been doing that in class as well.
I think that the most important thing that students often forget to do is studying with active recall. Make sure that you can produce that information as well as recognize it.
I think I would say it completely depends on the goals and what the student really hopes for themselves to achieve, and be ready to apply it to a problem that I've maybe never seen before. And so I really think practice is the best way to approach it. I also think the AP Live videos College Board is doing right now is fantastic. I think it's a lot of standard stuff, but it comes down to the kid to finish the class.
I think my biggest tip is to just study days before, but like the day before the test, give yourself like a brain break. Like your brain needs that like reset so it can be fresh for tomorrow and not like be fried out by the time you're taking this test. They're like 3 hours long, so it's like you don't want to be like super stressed for it, you know.
Get a good night's sleep before the test.
Stay up till 2 a.m. studying. It might seem like the productive thing to do, but get some sleep. Do your normal routine. Be comfortable. Take your time on the test. Skip hard questions. Come back to them if you have time. And it's best to get all the easy questions right and come back to the ones you think are difficult.
Pacing during the test is very important, I'd say. Like, set goals for yourself as you're going through the test. Like, I'm going to get this many questions done by this time. That's how I do it, at least. Before the test, just make sure that you understand what the class is about, really.
For during the test, I'd say just make sure you're conscious of time, conscious of what you're doing. I fall into the trap of rushing too fast through my answers, so it's always good to know about how many questions are in your multiple choice, other longer response questions you have, how many of those you have, as well as how much time you can devote to those, so then you can get an approximate feel of how long one question should take.
Before the test, get a good night's sleep, eat a good breakfast, take some meditative breaths, deep breaths. Positive self-talk is huge, so keeping that positive and encouraging is important. Staying calm, taking your time.
So personally, I have never taken an AP test, even though I tell my calculus kids every year, I wish I could take the AP test with them, just to experience the torture, the experience of taking the AP test. During the test, the most obvious thing is to keep your head up, to expect it to be hard, and to use the full time and read the full question. A lot of the questions can be answered after maybe just kind of wrestling with what it's actually asking for first versus just going headlong into the question first.
For sure. I think that students are really prepared this year. We've been learning a lot in class. They've been working really hard, and I think they're ready.
Are really important, but also like put yourself first. Like don't over stress yourself. Or if you were prepared well enough by the teachers, then you should do well. And if not, like it's not the end of the world.
Get ready to explain yourself, and good luck.
Good luck, I guess. They're tricky, but once they're done, they're done. You don't have to think about the class ever again. Just do your best on it, and it's done.
You can do it. It seems really intimidating, but it is just a test. It's a piece of paper at the end of the day, and ultimately it's a number. And I think students sometimes forget that they are so much more important than the grade that they get in the class or the score that they get on a test. So students should remember their value outside of the AP exam and also know that they are just as capable as anyone else is.
Study well. Don't stress if you don't do so good in a class or on an AP test or on a final. It's representative of one day in your life, and just relax, take it easy.
I would say each and every person who sits for an AP exam, I'm extremely proud of. Every single person has what it takes to be successful on the AP test. At the end of the day, go to bed, sleep. It is just a test and your future doesn't hinge on it. But you also want to put all of the hard work that you and your teacher have put into the year, into the best version of yourself on it.
You've worked hard all year. You have all summer to take it easy. And that summer starts next 2 weeks from now. So work hard for another week and then take it easy.